There are a lot of words and phrases piled high on the scrap heap of business jargon. Some of the words and phrases that are now empty include synergies and leverage and empowerment and core competencies. And here's another one for you: strategy. It's a paradox. On the one hand, we label everything strategic just to make it sound important. And on the other hand, we tend to think of strategy as something that people 2 levels or more senior than us hand down, so we get to do it. I'm Michael Bungay Stanier of Box of Crayons, and in this video, I'm going to give you one big question and one essential tool to help you become more strategic no matter what you do or where you work. It's easy to be seduced into thinking that strategy is about saying yes to stuff. And that's in part because we have this fantasy that our lives are like Doctor Who's TARDIS. We believe we have far more capacity than we show. But we don't. And really at the heart of strategy is actually having the courage to say no. And in particular, having the courage to say no to the stuff you want to say yes to. So let me apply a straitjacket to your thinking, and trust me, it's for your own good. But let me just give you a warning. As you go on with this video, you will be required to do some thinking. This is another part of strategy that people often forget. Alright, step number 1, define your goal. Doesn't matter if it's at an individual level or a team level or an organizational level, but I want you to make it bold. On the spectrum of timid to big, hairy, audacious goal, make it closer to the BHAG end. Hey, it's okay to hit pause and think about this if you'd like. Now, as an example, let me give you one of my big goals. It's to create another really successful book to follow up, Do More Great Work. So now you've got your goal. Now we apply the straitjacket. What are the 3 and only 3 best routes to achieving that goal? And to help you figure this out, I'm going to give you my 3P structure. Your 3 key routes might come from a combination of the first P, which is projects. This is the key stuff that needs to be created, the content. And for my goal, let's write a great book. The second P is people. Who do you need help from? And for my goal, I need people to deliver the Box of Crayons programs so I actually have time to write. And the final P for you to think about is processes. What structures and systems do you need? What infrastructure is required? And again, for my book, it's about having a rigorous marketing campaign. Now, I'm going to push you further. For each of these 3 core strategies you've created for yourself, I want you to give each one of them their own 3 routes. Or in other words, what are the 3 Ps that support each one of your core strategies? See, I did mention there was thinking involved. And this is it. This is the discipline of 3, which forces you to weigh up choices and, I hope, pick the best route. So there we go. The question, yes and no. And the 3 Ps. These are essential tools for strategic thinking. Now, if you want more provocation to think better, make sure you sign up for our webinar series. No more than 15 minutes long each one, and each one creates and shares a practical tool for the time crunch manager. And if you've enjoyed this little video, please do share it with your colleagues and friends. I'd really appreciate that.